Welcome back to Ruse Let's Play Millenaire mod for Minecraft. I seem to have technical difficulties after the last episode. Bad weather system came in, I shut off my computer, and I forgot to check my audio settings when I restarted my computer, and I just immediately went to recording this, and I didn't check if my mic was working or not. So this entire episode, I'll be doing a voiceover of what I did. I hope that I can recall most of the stuff I did, and explain what's going on at the point. So enjoy this episode and bear with the voiceover. As you just seen that I removed my oven, I was cooking some pig pork meat that I had slayed the pigs last episode, and I was deciding on where I was going to go for the next part of my journey, the search for a Japanese village. But I was checking around to see if the villagers were working this time, because you remember if you do remember they were all invisible last episode due to a bug that occurs sometimes, and I was seeing if they were all there and present. I also stayed around to explain that the NPCs in this village basically help support their own village, and you as a player can help them to make their village much better and end up evolving into a better culture for their village. So you can choose to help them, and they reward you with the materials that they produce. As you can see right there, they know how to defend themselves. So, don't mess with them. Don't try to attack them, or they'll attack you to defend their lives. And they also hunt those mods that spawn around the village at times. So, right here, I was about to leave for my journey, trying to decide which way to go. And, I was deciding, should I go towards the morning side, or should I go to where the sun sets? But I decided to sell the wood I had, so that they have materials to build their very first building in the village. So I'll explain that you can buy and sell here. And I was looking at the wall to show that the materials that they request and need and what they were going to construct. I see that they were going to construct a carpenter house, and that I was looking where it was at, because I was going to go over there and film the carpentry building being built. Right there I checked to see if what my status was, see if I was upgraded for just selling that wood. I was, not hoping my stats would be upgraded, but I was, then trying to figure out if I should get more wood to upgrade my status to the village so I have better reputation. So when you deliver the right enough materials, or they harvest their own materials, they start building new buildings in their village. So I was watching this villager builder, watching her build the carpentry house that was right there. Then I decided to go off and gather these red mushrooms, because I gathered a bunch of brown mushrooms the other day. So I decided that why not make some mushroom stew for the future. Right here, I was looking at the villager building and almost finishing the building there. And I'll explain that the village will upgrade their buildings so they look much nicer, make it out of wood, or some fancy future material for later upgrades. I decided to move off, and I decided to go in a direction that's closer to my spawn point, hoping that, if I find a Japanese village, it'd be close to my spawn point. So I didn't want to travel too far from the spawn point, because I may want to return that region in the future in case I die or that someone else decided to join me on the my journey, and I like to be around the world's spawn point. So I decided to head towards where the sun rises to see what I could find. I managed to find some unique caves, and I found this one, and I saw there was some iron down there, and I was like, should I go down there and mine the iron or not? I also saw a jungle over there, so I was like, I don't want to go towards jungle. Japanese don't spawn towards jungle. And then I was like, what if I need that iron? And I didn't want to go down there to mine iron, but I decided to set a trail of torches, so if I ever back at the French village, I could find that mine full of iron in case I need to mine it or sell it. So I was planning out if I should get that iron or not, and decided not to get it right at this moment because I'm busy searching for a Japanese village. So I set the trail of torches, and I decided to go a different direction onto my left. I had to stop by to see these dogs trying to kill that sheep, and I find it kind of funny that the sheep cannot be killed because there was a fence in the way. So I continue on my journey over to the left side. Saw more wolves and pigs. And I continue on. And I started to notice that, oh, there's jungle that way, so we'll go this way. So I went more left. And according to Millenaire, this would be south. So I was going south to see what I could find. I entered this other biome, assuring that I would find a Japanese village, and then when I got right up top the hill, I noticed that, oh, it was another biome, and I was like, well, Japanese do spawn in plains biomes, so I was alright. So I was trying to figure out how to get down this little stream. Could kill the squid for no particular reason, just get some ink. I maybe made a joke about, or say, I like to eat calamari. And that means, that's like sushi with octopus. And I have ate sushi with octopus in real life too. And fried octopus. All types of things. And I noticed that the snow biome returned. And I noticed that a village just spawned. And I was trying to figure out what village this is, because I wasn't very familiar with the name. Then I noticed it was the Mayan village. So I head to the Mayan village right when I noticed that it was getting kind of dark too. So I was like, well, I better stay here for a night. So I was watching the NPCs, seeing how their village is set up, making sure it was the Mayan village, and I found, oh, the pathing didn't work right there correctly for the house. And so I was like, okay, I got free doors. So I was excited that I got free doors. And so I was trying to decide, to sleep or not. And it's like, to sleep I need to have some wool. So I saw some sheep, and I start slaying them to get the wool. After I got my wool, I was like, oh, I just used the crafting bench in the village town center. was about to craft, and then I was noticed that, where's the wood? So, I grabbed my stone axe, and I went to the nearest tree I can get to. And I start chopping down the tree to get the wood so I can make the bed. Apparently, my stone axe broke. I finally had all the materials I need, and I turned the logs into wood and made my bed. And I plopped it in the town center and just left there. Next day, I apologized that I was sleeping in their house, and I started to move off. Before I moved off, I decided that, well, I better have some saplings for this type of tree in case I arrive someplace and I need this type of wood for a village. So I was looking for some saplings to drop. I managed to get 2. I could have cut down their tree, but I decided not to, and I just decided to continue on my journey. I wasn't watching what I was doing, and I ended up falling down a hole to the entrance of a cave. And I was like, I was wondering if I should explore it or not. I decided not to, but in case I come back here again, I want to mark off the cave so I can find it easily. And I continued journeying off. And I came to a plains biome. In a little while, I came up to a lone Nord farm that I thought. And I looked closely that it was a Nord mill. And I was like, that's a weird looking mule. And I talked to him, see what he had for sale, and he sold bread. Didn't feel like I needed to buy any bread from him, so I just journeyed off from him. I wanted to spend the daylight to try to find a Japanese village. So I was trying to decide which way I should go, because I'm having problems with oceans blocking my trail. So I decided to turn around and head another direction. And I was heading back towards the same forest I was in. And while in that same forest, went a different direction in it, but I came up to more ocean. I was like, okay, I'll go this direction, and I saw more ocean. And I was like, more ocean that way, more ocean this way. So I decided to follow the coastline for here and see if I can see some land that I can reach to a new biome or able to find a new village. Soon I came up to some jungle area and decided that, well, I'm not going for jungle, so I took a right, see where I would go. Maybe go around the jungle, because I wanted to stay in the forest area because I believe that the Japanese would spawn there more likely. Then I saw a tower. It's one of those lone Nord ruins, and I was like, what's with all these books and things around here? And I couldn't pick them up, so I was like, well, this stuff are more valuable, so I'll throw away some stuff. So I was deciding what should I throw away. And so I was going through my inventory so I can pick up these rare items. And it's a very hard decision. Then I finally found I don't need flowers. And I was like, well, that looks like iron, so I need to definitely pick it out. So deciding what I don't need. And so I got rid of the spider eyes. And then I saw a saddle and some bread. I decided that maybe I should eat the apples to get rid of the slot, have an open slot open up. And then I was like, oh, I wasn't that hungry enough. So then I was thinking, what can I do? Because I want that bone back. Because bones could be valuable later on. Then I decided that, well, I'm probably going to be staying here for night, so why don't I just add a door here? So I grabbed a door and placed it on the this ruined tower. Now I remember that, oh, these lone buildings have secrets. So I knew what a secret was, so I was digging through the gravel to see if I can get to the basement of this ruined tower. And then I saw a chest. So I lighted up the area, and I seen it was getting dark, and I decided that I'll use this other door as for this entranceway, and I'll sleep here for a night. Then I finally looked into the chest, and I saw I got some denier. And I was like, oh, I didn't pick up that 7 denier, so I was trying to figure that out how to pick up that denier, but I was like, well, maybe I can use wood to empty a slot, because I wanted to fill in the opening above the door. So I did that. I actually then picked up some gravel, and more gravel, and I was like, I don't need that gravel for now, and put it in a chest. Yeah, and I definitely see it was getting dark, so I decided that, well, I should try to sleep for the night. So I went back down to the hole, closed the door, and got my bed and slept there. Before I slept, I made sure that to empty my inventory from useless items that I probably wouldn't need in the future. So I got rid of that saddle that I just picked up. After filling around the chest, I decided to sleep, and I woke up the next day. I decided that I'll leave my bed there. In case I die on my journey, I can spawn back in that safe area. So, I went off to my journey, and up in a forest biome, right adjacent to the jungle, and I noticed I saw some buildings in the background, and I was like, what? And I went closer, and it's like, this is the French village I was at just before. How did I loop around? I went into a circle? Ah, jeez. So I was kind of a little upset that I just went in the circle and arrived back at the French village. And I went to see if I can sell anything, because my inventory was pretty full. So I went to the village town center, see if I can sell anything. I didn't feel like selling anything, apparently. I still wanted to hold on to some stuff I had. It took a long time to decide if I wanted to sell or not. I didn't want to sell, so I journeyed off to another direction to see if I can find the Japanese village. Suddenly, I noticed that it froze. And I was like, oh, someone must be spawning. And then the game resumed to be normal. I couldn't see what spawned, but I did saw weird floating structures that the terrain generator had made. Couldn't really see anything because of the heavy forest, so I didn't know if a Millenaire building has spawned it or not. But then I saw that, oh, there's some high extreme hills. Japanese like to spawn there. I saw some sheep and I was like, well, I have no wool and I probably want to make a new bed. So I killed some sheep and my sword just broke. So I had to punch one more sheep to be able to get the wool that I need. I didn't feel like making the tool, so I was using the pickaxe to be my weapon of defense when I get out of this extreme mountain area. I maybe have to make a hidey hole. I took a leap of faith there to be able to see if I can. Then I noticed that, oh, a village nearby, and it's the Indian village. So it was like, okay, I can sleep there for a night. So I headed closer to the Indian village. I knew the sun was about to set soon, and I was excited because I received an achievement there. I was looking in the house. Checking out the other cultures, see if anything changed, that I noticed anything. Looking around the village. Looking in the city center. Or the town center, I mean. Looked as if I can sell anything. Didn't seem like I could sell anything that I had on me. I noticed it was getting darker, so I was like, I need to find a place to sleep. Looked around the village a bit, and then I started to notice something after coming around this building. I noticed some other buildings in the background. I was like, what are those? They're not part of the same village. And when I got closer, it's the Minecraft villagers' village. So I went up to one. I was seeing like their trading system. Seeing maybe I can sell something to them to get emeralds. But then it's like, nah, I probably can't get anything from them or buy emeralds. I look at these two houses or sheds here, and I was like, alright, villagers, I'm gonna use your shed as my home for the night. So I placed down the crafting bench. And I wanted to craft a bed. I was kind of hungry too, so I ate the last apple I had.
And I realized I had to chop up the logs I have to make lumber. I also noticed that I had no door, so I decided to make a door. I placed a door, then I placed the bed, and I slept for the night. After I got up, I recklessly just tore up my bed. Because I was just thinking this to myself just a while. Just right after that, I could have used the bed and used this place as a spawn point in case I died. I had the bed out and I was like, well, it's too late now. And I started to continue my journey, trying to figure out which direction should I go next. I was saying to myself, well, I should stay at the high hills and continue going towards the high hills. Because the Japanese village would be spawned in extremely high hill areas. So I said goodbye to the Indian village and left off to find the Japanese village once again.
On my journey, I found a lot of weird structures, especially in those extreme mountains. Encountering more swamp bios next to the extreme mountains. Hoping that a Japanese village could spawn soon. I traveled a while in the extreme mountains and I still haven't spot anything that is remotely Japanese. I had to take another leap of faith. Until I came up to one giant hill I climbed over and discovered something beyond it. Another biome. And then behold, a Mayan ruined structure. I saw some sheep. I thought it's a good time to get some wool. After getting some wool, I went to explore the ruin because I was planning to make this a base of operations for the day. I checked what treasures there would be in this ruin. A pretty nice setup for a base of operations, I see. I was going to place down my crafting bench and use it, but then I noticed there was one already inside, so I decided to use it. I decided to craft some doors, so I took the rest of the lumber I have to create them into doors to cover the entrance to this new base of operations. But when I went up to the top, I discovered that the doorway is 3 and I only have 2 doors. So I've gone ahead and placed the doors and chopped down a tree to fill the gaps. Perhaps tomorrow I'm able to make new tools to replace the ones that have broken. There I could see I needed an axe to chop down that tree quick. And I probably need more wood the next day. And so I started to get ready to finish up the episode. Seeing that the sun was already about to set, I was probably saying goodbyes for this episode. While doing a quick look around to maybe hint what would be in the next episode. I went into my little abode after watching the sun set a bit. Please tune in next time where I have my audio fixed. And hopefully I'll find a Japanese village. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day.